steroid cycle, how I plan and structure mine. So first off the bat, it's always testosterone. We'll always have this as a base because this is the key founder for building muscle, recovery, and we love testosterone. Now, the next area to look at is estrogen. Now, I've learnt over the years is that I aromatize very heavily, which means I convert to estrogen a hell of a lot, which also means I don't want to be using an AI, which is an aromatase inhibitor. AIs are very, very toxic and they don't bring any other benefit other than lowering your estrogen. So that means I will look at the list of DHT derivatives. Now, for me to pick from, it's either Mastron or Primo. Now, I always pick Mastron just because one, it's cheaper, two, it's got less fakes, and three, it's more available at the moment than Primo. So I will run this normally at a 1-to-1 ratio to the testosterone. Sometimes I'll even run it to a 1-to-2 ratio. That will completely depend though if I'm taking another compound. And what the Mastron will do for me is mask the estrogen sides so I don't have to deal with them with an AI. Now, because I am a few cycles in and I like to use a little bit something extra, I pick another compound. Now, for example, this time round, I picked EQ. The reason being for this is because of EQ's properties on lowering estrogen. So this means that I can use less Mastron and rely a bit more on the EQ. Hence going back to whether I use a 1-to-1 ratio or a 1-to-2 ratio. Now, when you're first starting out, you're going to struggle with the ratios. Your estrogen might get a little bit high and you might have to adjust it, but it's all a learning curve. What I suggest is if you're running testosterone, run it to a 1-to-1 ratio. If your estrogen is still getting issues from being too high, you can take an AI, then up your Mastron. Same vice versa, if you have an issue where now you've got low estrogen sides, lower that Mastron down. So that's how I personally go about structuring my steroid cycle.